My name's Dave Dubeau, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content.
Hey, boys and girls, welcome back to another great episode. Today, our special guest specializes in co-living properties. Now, you probably heard of these. You might not be exactly sure of what it's all about, but Charles Rossano, zooming in from New Jersey, just outside of Philadelphia, actually, is going to be telling us all about that today. So, Charles, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Dave, really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
So, Charles, I kind of gave people a hint of what you do, but let's zoom out and give us the 30,000-foot perspective of what do you focus on with real estate investing? What is this whole co-living thing all about? Just kind of paint the picture for us, please.
Yeah, Dave, definitely appreciate it. So at a high level, what we're looking to do is we're trying to help alleviate some of the pressure on affordable housing.
Okay.
So we really are looking to target the underserved population that are maybe making $15 an hour upwards to $30, $35 an hour, your retail workers, et cetera, that quite frankly have just been priced out of buying a home or even single family rentals or even apartment living. And so what we do is we acquire single family homes, small multifamily, we convert them into properties where maybe a 4-bedroom, we turn them into a 6, 7, 8-bedroom. Allow a little bit more of an opportunity for those individuals to rent by the room, if you will.
Right.
But I will tell you, Dave, we update those homes. We convert them into properties that are quite frankly nicer than mine. And so it really gives them a great opportunity, a great living experience.
All right. So I'm getting this. So maybe walk me through, what does the living situation look like for your tenants? Like, do they all have their own private room? Is it only single people? Do you have couples? How does that kind of ball work?
So there are all different kinds of strategies that can play within co-living for us at Cohaven Capital. So for our properties, they're all individuals, range from 20 to upwards of 60. So it's those who are working retail, as I mentioned, even to fixed income, et cetera. Everyone has their own private bedroom. But what may happen there that's a little unique is some might have a private bathroom, but some might share bathrooms. So we definitely make sure that we have it controlled in terms of the amount of people who are sharing bathrooms, et cetera. And we even have it so much that we have colored plates, so to speak, within the kitchen areas. So it's designated for the rooms and they know which one's theirs. We build out. Absolutely. We build out common rooms as well as common kitchens so that we're looking to build a community feel within our properties. So every Friday, for example, we may have pizza night or we send some sort of event to our properties that allows for that growth within the environment there.
Okay, cool. So questions that come to my mind, you've got 7 or 8 individuals living under one roof.
Yeah.
2 individuals living under one roof. There's conflict that happens there. How do you deal with that? You got 7 or 8 different personalities. You got, probably people who English isn't their first language all the time, and then this kind of thing. So how do you manage all of that?
So that's a great question. We have a systematized process. We leverage technology a lot. We go through a significant screening process. It all starts at the very beginning. Right. And we make sure that these individuals, we do background checks, criminal checks, employment background checks, to where are they going to fit in within our property? Are they going to fit in within the culture that we have within the home itself? Once we get in there and the member, we call them members. So once the member moves in, ultimately we have escalation processes. So obviously, to your point, look, people within my own family can't get along all the time. So obviously that's going to transpire. And so we have escalation processes in place where they look to follow it. They can try and discuss it amongst themselves. If they can't come to an agreement or alignment or it gets uncomfortable, They bring in our property managers, et cetera, and then we look to de-escalate the challenge. I will tell you, we've been our oldest co-living property that we have right now is a little over a year and a half, almost 2 years, and we've only had one person leave our property, and that was one person who left our property that went on their own volition, because they just found that co-living wasn't right for them within the environment. Everyone else very much gets along. There's a lot of alignment.
Very cool. So you mentioned one trick of the trade there, having different colored plates for different members.
Yeah.
What are some of the other ways that you kind of help minimize because I'm thinking, I've just remembered back to my college days, man, and having roommates and stuff. It was a freaking disaster. So right. I'm just like, how do you kind of, what are some other tricks that you have to smooth things out?
I mean, Dave, to your point, I still remember walking in the hallway in my college days and literally stepping out of my sneakers because my sneakers were sticking to the floor. So you're exactly right. We actually, some of the things that we do, for example, is on a weekly rotating basis, we have somebody who's in charge of all the things that go on in terms of cleaning the house. So taking the trash out. So on a weekly basis, those members rotate and take some responsibility from that perspective. We take care of the lawn care. We have cleaners that come in. We want our property, our house to be the nicest on the street. And we manage that accordingly. And so again, we also have cameras throughout the house as well as the outside of the house. Now, obviously not on the inside of the bedrooms, but in all the common areas. So we're making sure that it's a safe environment. There's a lot of alignment, and we haven't had any troubles with that.
Hey there, if you're a capital raiser, a syndicator, or a fund manager, and you're looking for a steady flow of incoming accredited investor leads, then go ahead, grab a free copy of my new book, How to Get 20 Accredited Investor Meetings Every Month Without Cold Calling, Networking, or Chasing People. You can get that at 20accreditedinvestorsbook.com. Again, that's the number 20accreditedinvestorsbook.com.
That's very, very cool. So I interviewed somebody else in this space a while ago. Something that they do is that they kind of deck out the rooms with microwaves and with mini fridges and big screen TVs and the whole bit. And they find that a lot of their tenants don't even use the kitchen. Most of your tenants or your members, are they using the kitchen? How does that kind of stuff work? Because you have one kitchen for 8 people, and if so, like, how do they not get in each other's way?
We do, and so more often than not, so we even have a property where there are 12 bedrooms, for example. Now, within the 12 bedrooms, we're going to have a second refrigerator. We're going to have redundancy to make sure there's enough room, et cetera. For some of the strategies that you mentioned, there's a rent by the room on a weekly basis strategy. More often than not, that's the type of strategy that's leveraging the microwave in your room. Very much I'm coming in for a few weeks or maybe even a month. I'm going to have my own TV, et cetera, and then I'm leaving. For us, we're looking for the longer term members. So we go on a 6, 9, 12-month term, and then oftentimes they're re-upping. So for us, it's more of that community. So sure, they can be in their rooms whenever they want, but more often than not, they're also in the community or common rooms as well. We've also found that when they they buy their own furniture, they put on their own TV, there's more of that stickiness to them wanting to stay within the property. And it feels more like their own home because they can pick and choose what they want versus us just providing it for them.
Okay, so you don't furnish the rooms for them then?
We do not, no.
Okay, interesting. Very, very cool. Now, do you find that your members tend towards being more male or female, or is there a mix? And what's kind of the age range of people?
We actually have a mix. So we do not have male specific or female specific. We've got their co-ed homes. Again, they're all individuals, no family members. But we have an age range literally from 20 to I think one of our oldest members is around 62 or 63, and everywhere in between. So it really is a good mix. And It's people come from different backgrounds and experiences and environments, which really lends itself towards having, quite frankly, Dave, a stronger culture within the homes.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it would be kind of an interesting mix, that's for sure. So what does the portfolio currently consist of, Charles?
So our existing portfolio, we've got about just under 140 units. We focus primarily right now within Charlotte, North Carolina, Houston, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona. Oftentimes markets or metro areas that strong migration, economic growth, diversification, and quite frankly, more landlord-friendly environments as well, because zoning and compliance is a big issue for that, and making sure that we're playing within the regulations. But we're looking to grow and scale considerably. We've got tremendous capital partners. We've got a great operations team that we've truly systematized. We leverage AI heavily through our own customized programming to not only identify properties to acquire, but then all the way through ongoing management. So we're really excited about what the future is going to hold.
Oh, that is exciting. So you've got dispersed properties across all sorts of different cities and states. How do you manage all of that from a distance? Do you have clusters and you have kind of have one property manager per cluster, or how does that work?
We call them our SEAL team. So we have we do have property managers in each metro. They have a team that supports them. We always want to have boots on the ground. So we're making sure that if challenges arrive, we're there. We can help take care of it. We can manage it. But it is balanced with having some offshore help and support as well. So we're 24/7. So we make sure that we're covering the after hours through offshore support, and then on hours through local environments. And they come in. We've got our checklists that are put together, and we systematize it for every property, not only that we acquire, but we have online, and then for ongoing operations as well.
What would you say is at this point about the average rent per month per room?
So it depends. It's market specific.
Yeah.
So what we do is we target about 70% of what a one bedroom or a studio apartment would be. And that's what we charge for our properties per ring. But what's transpiring along with that is we're also taking care of, again, as I mentioned, the cleaning, lawn care. We're doing utilities and Wi-Fi as well. So the effective cost to the member really is almost around 50% of what they'd be spending if they were living in a one bedroom or studio. And so that's the strong benefit to the member. And then the capital partner, our partners all on the financial side, you'll get a tremendous yield because we're getting 8, 9, 10 streams of revenue coming in from the 8 to 10 members that are paying. So we're 2.5, 3 times what you would normally generate on a single family rental income.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So speaking of your capital partners, how do you typically work these deals? Do you have a couple of partners per property? Do you syndicate these? Do you have a fund? How do you finance these, Charles?
Yeah, good question. So we do have a fund. So we build what's called a customized fund, and ultimately what we do is when our investors, our capital partners come and join us, we actually allocate their capital to specific properties. Mm-hmm. So this is what we found really has resonated with our capital partners, where they didn't want to be 1% of an overall fund, et cetera. They wanted to point to and say, that's my home, that's my property. And so we allocated towards specific properties. We have the opportunity where they can become equity partners and receive the benefits of that, whether it's appreciation, cash flow, or tax benefits. Mm. But we also have debt, fixed debt that we leverage as well. If an investor is looking for more of a steady return over time, we provide those options as well.
Oh, that's good. You got lots of flexibility there, but
absolutely.
Oh, that is good stuff. What are you finding works best these days, Charles, for meeting and finding new investors for your fund and for your properties?
So, well, first of all, platforms like yours. So that's fantastic. Absolutely appreciate that, Dave. So what we found has been very successful outside of our existing networks are given, right? So set that to the side. One of the platforms that we've really leveraged tremendously is LinkedIn. So that's really been a strong benefit for us. Another aspect is really, quite frankly, getting out and going to networking events. So specific to real estate investors, going out and really engaging with those who are focused in other, whether it be co-living organizations, real estate investor groups, or quite frankly, educational components where we'll put together some webinars where we're just looking to educate the population on the benefits of investing in real estate in general.
Yeah, smart. Well, Charles, this has been great. If people want to connect with you and find out more about you and your co-living opportunities, where should they go?
Yeah, Dave, I really appreciate it. They can just find me on LinkedIn. Just look me up at Charles Rossano on LinkedIn. Happy to connect. Happy to talk about real estate. Passionate about it. Really enjoy it. Whether it's co-living or anything else along the line, and any way I can help, I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, Charles, thanks for being on the show. It's been a lot of fun.
Dave, thank you so much. Really appreciate the opportunity. It's a pleasure getting to know you more too.
Likewise. All right, everybody. See you on the next one.
Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com.